Here is the golden rule. The correct hook size isn't the one that is usually written on the label. It is the one that gives you the texture, the look, and the fabric for the type of projects you are creating. In today's video, I'll be talking about one of the most common concerns that crochet beginners have. Hi, I am Ifeoluwa of Laolu Arts, and you are welcome back to my YouTube channel. One of the most common questions crochet beginners have is, how do I know the correct hook size to use for my project? The simple answer is, the thickness of your yarn helps to determine the size of hook you would use. Generally speaking, thin yarns would need smaller hooks, while thick and chunky yarns will need large hooks. Now here is something important you need to note. Even when you use the same yarn, changing the hook size changes the fabric that you create. If you use a smaller hook size, you will have tighter stitches, you will have smaller gaps between your stitches, and you will have a more firm fabric. If you use a larger hook, you will have looser stitches, you will have large gaps between your stitches, and your fabric is usually more soft and flexible. So where do you really start? If your yarn has a label, check that label. The recommended hook size is usually written on such label. If there is no recommendation, look at the yarn. Now choose a hook size that is proportionate to that yarn. Now when you do that, create a swatch, that is a small sample using that yarn and that hook that you have chosen. Now when you create that swatch, look at it and ask yourself questions like, are the stitches too tight or too hard for me to walk through? If so, you need to switch to a larger hook. Are there larger holes or loose stitches? If so, you need to switch to a smaller hook. Now, does the fabric look the way you want it to look? If so, you have most likely found the suitable crochet hook size for your project. And here is the golden rule. The correct hook size isn't the one that is usually written on the label. It is the one that gives you the texture, the look, and the fabric for the type of projects you are creating. So remember, smaller hooks equals a tighter fabric. Large hooks equals a more loose fabric. Thin yarns will need small hooks, and thick or chunky yarns will need large hooks. Once you understand this relationship, choosing the right hook size for your projects will be a walk in the park. I hope you learned a thing or two from this video. If you did, please like, subscribe, and share. And if you have any questions at all from what we have discussed or any crochet related questions, please feel free to leave them in the comments. Until we yarn again. Bye!